Stability study or stability management. In stability management, you can initiate the stability study, sampling of the stability sample, charging of the same, schedule of study, interval-wise allocation, testing of the stability sample, final summary reports, chamber log, stability calendar, and the stability trends. Let's see initiate stability. From here, you can initiate the stability study for new stability study project, or also you can initiate the stability study for production batch as well. While initiating the stability study, after selection of the type of dose, name of product, PaperLess GMP is giving you the provision to select the conditions for which you want to do the stability study. This is so much user-friendly access, and only by just one click you can initiate your stability study for different conditions. According to the conditions which you are selecting here, the stability study will be initiated for the same. You can see here the parameters, intervals, total intervals, and the sample quantity. These all the details has been came from the stability study specification. After initiating the stability study, it will go for the stability sampling. The stability sampling process is same as that of the sampling process which we have shown you in the quality control department. Like first, you have to allocate the person for sampling, and after that the sampling process will be started. After completion of the stability sampling, it will go for the stability charging. Here, while charging the sample for the stability study, you can see the conditions which we have selected at the time of initiation of the stability study. Batch numbers has been already came from the production. Sample quantity just needs to enter. Many of the companies are using data loggers for recording of the logs. But in data loggers, you can't find the chamber opening and chamber closing time and temperature, and also the humidity. But paperless GMP is giving you that provision where you can enter the time, temperature, and humidity at the time of chamber opening and chamber closing as well. Likewise, stability sample charging will be there. After stability sample charging, here you can find the schedule of study. The whole protocol will be prepared by the paperless GMP, and it is an auto-generate process. Here you can see, as per your conditions of stability study, interval dates has been shown. According to that, number of batches which we have charged and their status. After schedule of study, stability interval allocation, where the testing person will be allocated, or after schedule of study, stability interval allocation, in which as per the interval date, the sample whether the person has withdrawn the sample or not, and if yes, then at the time of withdrawing, the time, the temperature, and the humidity of chamber opening and chamber closing should be recorded. According to this, as per the interval dates, whether the sample has been withdrawn or not, the status will be viewed here. After stability interval allocation, the testing process for the stability sample will be begin. The testing process is same as that of the testing which we have shown you in the quality control department. The testing and sampling will be as per the specification. At the end, you can find the summary report, stability chamber log where temperature and humidity record will be maintained, stability calendar where all the protocols will be viewed, and lastly the stability trend. Stability trend as per product, as per production batches, and as per batch number as well. Out of specification, the OOS which has been raised at the time of testing in quality control department will come here for the approval, QA approval. The reports of OOS will be visible to QA. The OOS related checklist can also be prepared by quality assurance person and OOS trends. After OOS, document management is there. In document management, you can find document index master, where you can prepare the important document related index. According to the document index, document requisition, distribution record, retrieval record, next is audit or self-inspection. In audit or self-inspection, you can find first the self-inspection plan. While preparing the plan for the self-inspection, the proposed dates, self-inspection requirements, for which department the self-inspection or audit will be there, and the proposed outcome. After preparation of the self-inspection plan, the self-inspection team will be decided. The authorized person or the QA person can decide the team for the same. There also from and to date whenever the self-inspection will be done. According to that, self-inspection team, from which department, their role, their key expertise, and the department which will be assigned to them. Likewise, you can add the team members for the particular self-inspection. After self-inspection team, the self-inspection announcement where schedule and add-on team members will. After preparing the team for the self-inspection announcement will be there, which will be notified to the particular department, as well as the notification will go to the particular auditors which we have added in the self-inspection team. Self-inspection checklist, where authorized person or the QA person can prepare the checklist department wise for the particular self-inspection or audit. According to this checklist, the self-inspection by the auditors which we have added in the self-inspection team will do the self-inspection or audit. According to the audit, the self-inspection report will be generated and the logbook for the self-inspection will also be prepared. After audit or self-inspection, rejection management is there. In rejection management, you can find the rejection which has been done through stores department for raw or packing material, online rejection through production batches, their reports, destruction reports, and return reports as well. Here you can find the trends for the same as well. The next tab is risk management. In quality assurance department of paperless GMP, risk management or risk analysis process is there. For the risk analysis or risk management, first step is risk identification. From wherever the risk has been identified, QA person or the authorized person can identify or register the risk which has been identified in the particular operation. For that same, description of the risk, justification of the risk, whether the risk is going to impact on product quality or quantity, the impacting strength, and the human life risking. After identification of the risk assessment is there, where we will find the probability of the risk. In risk assessment or probability, here in paperless GMP, there is a selection for risk type. So according to the selection of risk type, software will give you the tab or the field to add the justification for the further process or step in risk analysis. After risk assessment, risk analysis, here also we have given you some options. According to the risk type selection, justification for risk analysis we have to written for the detectability. After risk analysis, risk evaluation is there, where we will find the severity of our risk. After risk evaluation, risk control. Here, paperless GMP is giving you the quantitative evaluation of your risk. Here you can find the priority number for the same and also the total score of your risk. According to this priority number and the total score, you can decide whether the process or the operation should be proceed or not. According to the risk control, risk review will be there. Close risk review. If the operation needs to raise the kappa, then risk kappa will be there. And finally, the risk log. After risk management, product recall. In product recall, as per marketing advice and the new product recall request, these both the options are there. If we get the product recall from any client, so the marketing person or the marketing team will notify the same. According to that, the product recall request will be there. While registering the product recall, the name of product, other fields which are related with our product, the type of recall, whether it is mock recall or public recall, reason for recall, whether it is an dosage error or manufacturing error or any packing error. If there are any other reasons, the quantities which are received against our recall, according to this, the product recall request will be generated. After product recall, APQR is there. In APQR, you can find the annually processed data, analytical data, incidents, deviations, risk, recalls, kappa, out of specification, trends, breakdowns, and raw material data as well. After APQR, equipment qualification is there. In equipment qualification, you can find first step, which is URS or user requirement specification, where we will write down the URS, its approval, and the logbook. After preparation of the URS, design qualification, factory acceptance, site acceptance, installation qualification, operational qualification, and performance qualification as well. If the equipment or machine needs to be requalified, according to that requalification, the requalification records, and the vendors which are related with your equipment. Likewise, the whole process of qualification we have given here. After equipment qualification, personal qualification is there. In personal qualification, the qualification regarding with the theoretical knowledge test, the qualification and certificates, and separately the analyst qualification. Label control. The QA person should get notified for the labels which are distributed at every operation. Environment management, in which the section wise or the department wise temperature and humidity records will be there. GMP monitoring, in which you can find the department wise or the section wise GMP monitoring. For that same, you can prepare the checklist. if there is any revision for the GMP monitoring, GMP memo, according to the memo, reports and its compliance. After GMP monitoring, vendor management is there. In vendor management, you can see the vendor list which has been prepared by the purchase person, vendor checklist master, where we will prepare the checklist for the audits. If there is any product specific checklist, that also can be prepared. Whenever we want to do the audit of vendor, the audit agenda, its desktop assessment, technical documents and the sample management. The overall process of vendor management is there. The technical document request which has been received from marketing department will come here to the QA for the approval and distribution. Likewise, temperature or pressure differential reading, if there are any important document, its distribution and retrieval record. Other than that, in quality assurance you can find user rights, where the technical persons or technical employees user rights will be assigned by the quality assurance person. After that, maintenance. The maintenance which are generated in different departments will be verified and approved by the quality assurance person. For that sake, you can find here the verification and the approval of the maintenance. Job responsibilities, vendor checklist, and finally the audit trail also will be prepared. The audit trail will be viewed or can be monitorized by the quality assurance person. The paperless GMP is preparing the audit trail in terms of serial number, action date, action type, firm name, the employee ID through which the action has been taken, its name, from which department the action has been raised, and its IP address. Likewise, this audit log or audit trail you can download. The quality assurance person can download the same and they can access the same day wise, month wise, different frequency wise audit trail also can be viewed or download. Likewise, this is the quality assurance department of paperless GMP.